Hi guys, let's go ahead and factor this problem. The very first thing before we start anything is that we look to see if there's a GCF. So there's a 36, a 30, and 336. They're all divisible by 6. So I'm going to take a 6 out, and I get a 6x squared minus 5x minus, pull up my calculator, 36 divided by 6, that's a minus 56. Okay, so I have my trinomial that I need to factor. So I'm going to use the magic or the AC method in doing this. So I'm going to multiply A and C together. So that gives me 6 times negative 56. So that's a negative 336. So we have 6 times negative 56 equals negative 336. I need to find factors of 336 where when you add them together, it equals that negative 5. So going to y equals, just going to take the number and then go into second table. There are factors. So remember, for example, if one of the factors is 1 and 336, well, the larger of the two factors is going to get the negative. So because that middle term is negative, and so I can go through, let's go through all of the factors. We have 1 and 168. When you subtract them, it's still not going to get you 5. I'm going to scroll all the way down. I'm going to scroll down and just look at the whole number. So negative 12 plus 12, that's still not negative 5. It's not close. The factors are not close enough. Negative 24 and 14 is a 10. Still not close, but look over here. We have a 21 and a 16. So one of the factors is negative 21 and 16. And when you add these two together, you get a negative 5. So I have found the two factors, and you add them together, equals a negative 5. So I'm going to split up that middle term. Be mindful that we've took out a 6 in the beginning. Okay, so I get a 6x squared, and now I'm going to split it to a negative 21x plus 16x minus 56. And then I am going to group these two, and I'm going to group these two. So I look for the GCF between these two terms, and so that is a 3x. When I factor something out, remember I'm dividing. So I get a 2x minus 7. On this side here, what I have in common is an 8. So I'm going to take an 8 out, and what kind of 8? A positive 8. You have to always include that plus sign. And you get 2x minus 7. Now what do we have in common? We have a 2x plus 7. So I'm going to take out minus 7, sorry. And remember, when we're factoring something out, we're dividing by that. What do we have left over? 3x plus 8. If I did not put the 6 in front, your final answer, whatever you factored, will not equal your original question. It will equal whatever the trinomial you got after you factor the 6 out. So this is a completely factored trinomial. Now let's use MG's method. Okay, MG's method will only work if you've taken out your GCF. So I'm just going to focus on that 6x squared minus 5x minus 56. So, because MG's method will, if you do use it on the original trinomial, it'll create these two binomials, but it'll disregard that 6. So your answer is not going to be correct. So make sure you're taking your GCFs out. Okay, so I'm going to once again multiply 6 times negative 56, which gives you a negative 336, like that. So that's a 6. Oh, I'm sorry. So I'm going to rewrite that as x squared minus 5x minus 336. I'm going to create my two binomials with the appropriate signs. And then I look at negative 336, find the two factors. When you add them together, keeping in mind the signs, to negative 5. So we can go through that calculator and find negative 21 and 16. We've already done it here. So I'm going to put the negative 21 here. I'm going to put the 16 here. And then I go to the original problem and look at my A. And I'm going to divide both of those factors by 6. And then I have to reduce. So 16 and 2 are both divisible by 2. So that's an 8 and a 3. So that denominator goes to the front. And now it becomes 3x plus 8. Notice that the numerator is the second term. 21 over 6. They're both divisible by 3. That's a 7 and a 2. The denominator goes to the front. And so we get a 2x minus 7. Do not forget about that 6 that you factored out in the beginning. Include it. And there you go. That's your final answer. Good job, guys.